Disclaimer: the views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host or guests do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting beyond borders, the message of the truest tribe of coaching entrepreneurs and the independent service providers from the Philippines. This is Coach Candee Teng for Gala Hour, and you are joining me for a special episode dubbed as Eight Ways to Calm the Rebel Within. Think Talk Broadcast is the flagship community project of coaching Think Talk speakers from Life Coach Philippines and the members of Coach A Coaching Community. Coaching Gala Hour is a special broadcast in celebration of the culmination of day one of Break the Stigma, which is a 2-day mental health virtual retreat facilitated by Master Coach A. And I'll be back shortly. Welcome to the live streaming of the Gala Hour, a special broadcast for the ongoing Break the Stigma Mental Health Weekend Retreat. In this episode, I want to keep the connection going with mentally challenged individuals by having a conversation about 8 ways to calm the rebel within. Broadcasting beyond borders from Decaf Coffee Republic on the 7th of May in the year 2023. So I am Life Coach Candee Teng. I'm a professional certified CACC life and mental health coach from the Life Coach Philippines, and I help mentally challenged individuals stuck in cycles of mental challenges and pain to take full control of their life towards healing and recovery. So let's get started. Again, 8 ways to calm the rebel within. But first, before we dive into the ways to calm the rebel within, first, no, let's define what is a rebel. Ayan. So if you look into Google, no, si Miriam, you can see Miriam. Miriam will tell you that rebel is someone who opposes or taking arms, no, against someone who is in the position of a ruler, or to oppose or to disobey one in authority or control, diba? And or to the act or showing opposition and disobedience. And if you're related, no, with sa ating topic, no, calm the rebel within. So technically, someone inside of you is rebelling within. Ibig sabihin, nagre-rebelde against you, no? Someone in there is rebelling against you. So 8 ways to calm the rebel within. So first, of course, you want to be able to know and identify the voice of the rebel within and separate it from your own voice. Now, for this people na mentally challenged, no, you can look at the voice that rebel within, no, as your mental challenges or your mental illnesses. Diba? Oftentimes, when there are mental illnesses, we believe that we become our sickness, but you want to be able to take that aside and separate it. Kasi yung mental illness, hindi ikaw yan at hindi yan ang pagkatao mo. Okay? So you want to be able to look into it, because when we encounter no obstacles in every day, in the as we live every day, no, and it is what we do and how we react, no, during these events, during these obstacles, or during these challenging situations, that determines actually the outcome that we experience. And often, no, it is our reaction towards obstacles that the rebel within is evident. Doon po lumalabas yung rebelde sa loob natin. Hello, Coach Sean. Good morning. And hello, Sally. Ayan. So what might seem, no, to be an overacting for you or for other people to a small annoyance, no, or happening, no, can actually magnify the issue and make it larger than it actually is if you don't keep that rebel within on check. Therefore, we want to be able to be mindful of the reactions that should be kept in check with the rebel within so that you can respond accurately and proportionately to every events that presents no in your life. Of course, especially pag pinag-uusapan na po ang ating wants and desires. If we want something, no, or we desire something, and we encounter obstacles, challenges, dyan po talaga lumalabas ang rebel within. So now I will be sharing 8 ways to tame or to calm no that rebel within. And first, of course, you want to be able to identify the rebel. Sino ba yung rebel na yan? And of course, pag-identify, no, kailangan pangalanin natin yung rebelde natin, no. Yung again, this is the rebel within that sabotages you, no, from achieving the desires you wants mo in life. So you want to identify bigyan mo ng pangalan 'no. So, I don't know kung anong pangalan yung gusto niyong ibigay. You can name it Petunia. So, hindi ko alam bakit Petunia yung naisip ko, but that came into mind. So, you want to be able to really personalize it 'no. I want to identify sino ba 'tong rebel na 'to 'no, and name that rebel para ma-recognize natin that that rebel within is not you, hindi ikaw yon, okay? You want to be able to put it aside. So, se-separate natin 'yan dun sa ikaw na tunay na ikaw at doon sa nagre-rebelde sa sarili mo, okay? Then the first and that's the first one, no? Identify and name the rebel within. Now, the second one is you want to get to know the rebel within. Ano ba yung character niya? And oftentimes, no, if you look into the characters of rebels, no, it falls into three, no? Victim, persecutor, or a rescuer. Ito po yung usual na default, no? Ito yung nagiging main characteristic. So, yung victim is technically, no, yung mindset niya is this is happening to me. So people playing victim role consider themselves as the effect of a person or situation. And this belief, no, that someone or something else beyond their control is responsible for the situation in life. And this actually prevents them from taking responsibility for their own condition and they deny the power to change their circumstances. The feeling of being victimized by a person or a situation builds, of course, external dependency upon or beyond their reach. So technically, when we talk about rebel, no, hindi lang ito yung rebel like literal na rebel na very aggressive, no. But this can be a form of victim. Ibig sabihin, pag nagkakaroon ka na ng victim mindset, everything na lang na parang biktima ka, lahat nangyayari sa'yo, wala kang control. You want to take a look into it kasi probably, no, it's the rebel within. Okay? Sabi ni Coach Sean. Name your rebel so you know who's talking. Yes, precisely. Name the rebel because usually, no, yung rebelde, hindi ikaw yan. Ikaw yung pinagre-rebeldehan ng rebelde. Then the second is the persecutor. So, yung persecutor naman, ang pinaka-characteristic characteristic niya is it's all your fault na yan. So, si persecutor or a villain, no, it has the tendency to control. Magko-control siya, magbe-blame siya, and they will threaten others while living with a false sense of superiority. And they put a grandiose act, no, in an attempt to hide their fear. So, totoo dito, no, may fear of failure. And they become defensive when things do not work out the way they want it to or the way they expected it to. And they seek rescue by pinpointing problems and directing others as the primary cause of those problems. And the validation of their belief no comes from seeking a victim to hold accountable for their own problems and trying to manipulate them in working their way. Ayan. So there are instances in your life no na pag naalala mo, medyo there are times that I really acted like this, no? Na it's all your fault na nag-aano ka na pag may nangyari, di ba? Na hindi mo ini-expect, naghahanap ka talaga ng someone that you can really point your fingers on. So technically, this is the persecutor. And lastly, of course, the rescuer. So ito yun, I need to save others. Ayan. yung mga may Messiah complex, ayan, technically, you fall into the rescuer type. Hello, Coach Lynn. Magandang morning. Ito na po ang Rebel Within, okay? So the rescuer, no, a rescuer establish their own sense of well-being through others. So kinukuha nila yung pagiging ano nila, pagkakaroon ng sense ng buhay nila, no, by having others, by helping others, no, because they feel good and worthwhile about themselves, no, by helping others. And in the process, they neglect their own needs. So the mindset that drives, no, their action is not, masakit lang po to ha, is not of genuine care for others, but rather, no, a desire to feel good about themselves by being in the act of helping. And they thrive on victims, no? So technically, ang mga rescuer, lumalapit po yan sa mga nagpapa-victims, no? By validating their perspective and reconfirming and reaffirming their state. So as a result, they actually promote dependency instead of empowering the victim and helping them to take responsibility for themselves. Ayan, sabi ni Coach T, favorite ko daw po si Rebel. Oo, very favorite ko po to si Rebel Within kasi this is a very personal journey, no, with my mental health coaching program with Master Coach A. So you want to, again, the step 2 is get to know the rebel. You want to get to know ano ba yung character ng rebel na yan na pag dumalabas siya, no, ano yung character niya? Do they play mostly the victim? Do they play mostly the persecutor? Or do they play a rescuer? Or pwede din, no, it's a mix and match. May times na pa-victim, may times na persecutor, may times na rescuer. Pwede din po yan. So, paano po natin siya malalaman? Which is actually the step 3, no, is discover the triggers or patterns. So, you want to be able to note down, no, specific situations, no, in which you adopt a role of the rebel. Again, pwede kang victim, pwede kang persecutor, pwede kang helper. So, what you can do, no, is you can block 15 minutes of your daily time, of your every day, no, and you want to be able, ito yung key dito reflect on emotional moments from the day. You have to be mindful. Anong part ba nung day na biglang parang naging emotional ka, no? So, anything that caused the feelings of anger, sadness, confusion, fear, loneliness, powerlessness. Kasama po yung powerlessness dyan. Kasi syempre, di ba, meron po pang pa-victim na rebel, And of course, lastly, yung rage. So, you want to be able to look into emotions, okay? Then you want to be thinking, no, and you play out the conversation in your mind doon sa nangyari with play, and then you identify the role you see yourself playing, and what did you do, and how did you react in that moment. This is very crucial, no? What did you do and how did you react in that moment? Ano ba yung emotion? Then what did you do and how did you react in that moment? Because you want to be able to take a pause and replay the scenario, no? So to ensure that you see yourself playing the role you noticed earlier. Kasi nga, gusto natin makilalanin, no? Kilalanin yung rebelde within, no? That sabotages you. You're doing this for yourself and you want to take a mental note, no? Of what's happening around you in that moment. Who's there with you? Kasi pwedeng may nagtitrigger din yan na pagiging na lumalabas, no, yung rebelde mo. What role do they adopt? Anong role na pinili nila? And what specific situation, no, is causing you to take this role, because awareness plays a vital role in calming the rebel within. Kailangan po may awareness talaga tayo dito sa rebuilding nasa loob natin, no? So sabi ni Coach Sean, allowing the rebel to speak will start the healing process precisely. Which leads me, no, to number 4, which is embracing the rebel. Kasi oftentimes, no, we are not aware that the rebel actually lumalabas yung rebel within natin, no, because of fear-based response. Okay? Ibig sabihin, nakaka-feel siya ng fear, nate-threaten siya, no? Kaya lumalabas siya. And the default responses when things don't happen our way, di ba? Or you want it to be or expect it to be, lumalabas yung rebel na yan. So you want to be able to acknowledge, to see the character ng rebel na yan, no? And then be able to embrace the rebel. Embrace po. Ibig sabihin, medyo kikilanin mo siya, yan, kakausapin mo siya, di ba? Una, i-embrace mo siya, i-acknowledge mo na nandiyan pala siya. Okay. So, ito palang part ko is rebel. ito yung part ng rebelde. Like I said, no, yung unang step is name that the rebel. Petunia ay naisip ko sa panindigan na natin si Petunia. Okay, let's stick with Petunia. Okay, this is Petunia. Petunia is the rebel within. Okay, Petunia, I embrace you. What are you telling me? What fear are you telling me? What are you fearful of? Ayan. So you want to be able to embrace them. And of course, step 5 is have a conversation with that rebel because you really want to get to know that rebel. Kasi yung rebel within you want to think of it as another character or another person within you, no, that is trying to protect you. In their mind, yung rebel na yon, that rebel within you, in their mind, is trying to protect you. But in reality, no, may hindi ka niya napoprotect, okay? It's just that akala mo lang napoprotect ka niya. Okay? Kasi fear-based yung response and you have to remember that whenever it's fear-based response, no, this is not the optimal thing for you. Which leads me to step number 6. You want to be able now to know, no, what does the rebel steal from you? And again, in the case, naming si Petunia. Si Petunia, like yan. So, kasi I named the rebel Petunia, no? So, what does the rebel steal from you? So, you want to example, you want to be able to ask, no, Petunia, ano ba talagang ano, gusto mo mangyari? What do you really want? And siyempre madami yang conversations. Again, it's normal to have conversations within yourself. Hindi porket nag-conversation ka sa sarili mo, baliw ka, okay? Self-talk is a natural process. So you want to be able to talk with that rebel within because oftentimes, no, again, like I said, fear-based siya because the fear is triggered by change and change is actually a difficult process. And that rebel, no, si Petunia, within, is sure to show up when there is a need for deliberate change to happen in your life. Now, itong rebel, no, this rebel within you, sila yung nagwawala, okay? And the rebel will mask itself as fear, okay? Fear. But fear is actually nothing but false evidence appearing real. So it is false. But dahil nga magaling si Rebel, no? Magaling talaga yan si Rebel. So technically mapapaniwala ka niya na totoo. So the way you do it is you want to really have that conversation, intimate conversation with the Rebel, no? And moving outside, of course, your comfort zone could really be frightening. Okay, okay, i-respect mo yan, no? It can be frightening by its very nature. And many people, of course, get anxious and fearful, no, when you have to step out of your comfort zone, no. So kailangan talaga natin and you are creating your life as you go along. But yeah, no, you have to remember that you are creating your life as you go along. So you might as well create it intentionally. So kausapin mo yan si Rebel no Petunia. Ito kasi yung pwede natin gawin, ito yung pwede mangyari, no? So you want to be able to know then what the rebel steals from you because oftentimes we allow the rebel to control. Again, yung rebel, 'di ba, characteristic niya is nagre-rebelde siya. They oppose the one who's in authority and who's the authority it's actually you. So technically tinitake over niya yung buhay mo. So technically if you want something good for yourself, ite-take over ni rebel within kasi nga hala may change. Hala, I am fearful of failure. I am fearful that I won't be able to meet the expectation of other people. Ayan, madami yung what if si rebel natin. So you want to be able to have a conversation with the rebel and you want to be able to really define ano ba yung ninanakaw sa'yo ni Petunia or ni Rebel, okay? What is the rebel stealing from you? Because meron yan, no? Your rebel might be stealing your healing, your opportunity to heal. Yeah, your rebel might be stealing your hope, no? Your hope that life can be better for you. Your rebel might be stealing your transformation, no? Nagsumo mo talaga magbago, but palagi, no? Di mo maintindihan na palagi parang may roadblock na palagi kang fail na hindi mo alam yung roadblock na yan ay si rebel and that rebel lives within you. So you really want to be able to have a conversation, I identify the rebel, have a conversation with them, and really I identify ano yung ini-steal niya from you. Bakit? This is very important that you be able to identify what the rebel steals from you so that you will know the importance of calming that rebel within. na kailangan you are the authority, ikaw yung masusunod, hindi yung rebelde. Kasi 'di ba, 'pag nasunod yung rebelde then technically magre-rebelde din, technically sisirain at sisirain niya yung buhay mo, sisirain niya yung dreams mo, sisirain niya yan lahat mga pangarap mo, mga gusto mo ma-achieve, sisirain niya yan. Even the relationships, sisirain niya yan for you. So those are the some of the things no that the rebel steals from you. Now, if your rebel you have identified as your mental challenges or your mental illness, no, then technically nakikita mo yan that your mental illness is preventing you to heal. Your mental illness is preventing you to become a better person. And of course, your mental illness is preventing you from living life. So technically, ang ini-steal niya sa'yo mismo yung buhay mo, the ability for you to enjoy living life and discover what life really is about. Kasi nga, di ba, yung life na yan is gift yan ni God. So it's meant to be really unboxed, discovered, explored, and enjoyed, di ba? Dapat ini-enjoy natin yung buhay natin. But when we have mental illnesses, no, we actually identify mental illness as us. But you want to be able to look at it in a different perspective na yung mental illness natin, yan yung rebelde sa loob natin at ano yung ninanakaw niya sa atin. That's why but by doing this, no, you become very aware, no, na hindi mo na lang hahayaan, that you won't allow the mental illness, that you won't allow the rebel within you, no, to take over of your life. And you have, of course, the ability to stand up and syempre, no, become the authority of that rebel. Na ikaw yung susundan ng rebel, hindi ikaw yung sumusunod sa rebelde sa loob mo. And of course, if you're having a hard time, no, difficulty in putting that rebel into um, towards calmness, no? Or calming the rebel within you or pasunurin mo yung rebel sa iyo. No? Then the step 7 is accountability partner. Look for an accountability partner. Now, if you're someone who is mentally challenged like me, you want to look for a mental health coach who can partner with you, okay? Because you are probably no doing things there are things no that you are willing to do of course to make things happen in your life no so instead of waiting for things to happen kasi pag wait ka lang ng wait things to happen technically yung si rebelde mo magwawala at magwawala yan eh, hinahayaan mo siyang magwala at sirain yung buhay mo and when you have someone journeying with you no you don't have to be afraid of fear anymore and thus you will be able to calm the rebel within. And ano pa yung maganda no when you get to partner with a professional, a mental health coach, or an accountability partner nyo, you get to build your self-esteem. So when eventually no you get to think highly enough of yourself no there's hardly anything that will get you down. So whatever fear comes in your way no when you're whatever fear that you are harboring within no eventually um lumiliit yan 'no, in their nature and when you know you have the ability to cope with any problem you've handed, then you get to strengthen yourself. Tatahimik yang rebelde na yan. Eventually, no, if you have someone with mental challenges, you will get yourself towards that healing process. You're actually going to process towards healing and you will see that, oh, healing is possible for you and you, of course, no, 'pag ano ka naman, 'pag nag-partner ka na, of course, with a mental health coach or an accountability partner 'no, you will be able to take small steps 'no. 'Pag hindi pa kaya ng small steps 'no, if you're into like CPR mode, then technically kahit gapang 'yan, makakagapang ka. You will be able to move kahit gapang 'yan. Kahit gaano kaliit 'yan, kahit 0.5 'yan, kahit 0.1 'yan, 0.1 'no, technically when you are able to move 'no, makaka-move ka, okay? Fear can feel like an ominous cloud 'no, ito yung mga sinasabi ng mga, um, someone suffering from mental illness 'no, parang may nagho-hover na cloud sa kanila palagi 'no, over their life and you can't feel, seem to wipe out 'no, yung years of fear na yan, yung hindi mo maintindihan na mood mo, hindi mo maintindihan ma-spelling 'no, that, what's happening to you when you experience mental challenges 'no. But it is possible if you take the time and strategy 'no, and 'pag may strategy kayo ni mental health coach 'no, you can convince your subconscious 'no, that you're not afraid of whatever it is that is holding you back from experiencing your life to its fullest. So fear, no, in any form that is holding you back, no, from developing key skills that could help you reach an ultimate goal in life, no, you owe it to yourself. Pag nakapartner ka po, no, ng mental health coach, you can identify this and you can develop that skill. Made-develop mo yung skill na yan in order for you to be able to stand in confidence na yung fear na yan, tatahimik yan. Yung rebelde na yan, tatahimik yan, no? And you can actually be able to explore that fear, no? And take the steps to deal with them successfully once and for all, and change will happen. And change, hindi lang change, no, but transformation can happen in your life. And lastly, of course, forgive. Yes, you need to forgive yourself. Of course, no, pag tinignan mo yan si rebel na yan, no, if you really dive into the rebel, nakilala mo yung rebel mo, in this case, no, example si Petunia, okay, if you get to know Petunia and how you have allowed Petunia to keep on sabotaging your life, no, living your life technically, na may mga nasabotage din siyang relationship, nakasakit ka din ng mga tao, no. Oftentimes, no, yung unforgiveness, it will weigh us down and it will prevent us from really achieving more in life, no, and really transforming in life. Kasi nandoon yung burden, nandoon yung guilt, nandoon yung regret. That's why forgiveness is a powerful, powerful thing, no? And let's face it, mahirap mag-forgive 'pag ikaw lang, 'di ba? 'Pag if you're journeying in life alone, mahirap po ang forgiveness, let's be honest. Hindi po yung, forgiveness naka-move on ako, hindi po gano'n. In forgiveness, you will be able to face your emotions, face your reality, become really, really, really honest with yourself. So, masakit po 'yan. So, kaya importante po na meron tayong number 7, which is an accountability partner or a mental health coach that can allow us to forgive most, no, ourselves, okay? I-forgive natin 'yan. Tapos kailangan din natin i-forgive din si Petunia kasi you want to be able to realize, no, na yung rebel within mo, no, na si Petunia, okay, na si Petunia ay andiyan lang 'yan because may pain din siya, okay? Remember, it is a part of you that needs healing as well, okay? And when you are able to forgive, no, technically self-confidence will come in and then eventually, no, ang ganda kasi na self-confidence because it is a belief in oneself, no, and your ability and your own judgment. Kasi si rebel within you, ginugulo yan talaga yung judgment mo. Kasi sabi niya, hindi mo kaya yan, wala kang kapasidad. Eh, syempre, lahat na ng negative, gagawin niya. Tapos to prove them right, no? Para may prove na rebel na tama ako, sisirain ko talaga kung ano sa tingin mo meron ka at kaya mo. Ayan. So, yan po yung usual na character ni rebel, no? So when you get to be able to identify the rebel, work with an accountability partner or a mental health coach, you will be able to forgive yourself. And when you forgive yourself, no, you will gain that self-confidence. And technically, self-confidence in itself, no, is freedom from doubt. Ang ganda no, no? Self-confidence is freedom from doubt. And doubt kasi, si doubt ay malaking trigger ng rebel within. Okay? So when you believe that you can change things or make a difference in a situation or make a difference or improve better, no, in the way you respond to things, no, you are more likely to succeed. And as a self-confident person, you can walk with a bounce. Alam mo, parang nag-hop-hop ng gano'n, no, in your step, di ba? Napakasaya ng feeling na yon. And you can control your thoughts and your emotions and you will be able to influence others and you are more of course prepared to tackle everyday challenges and you will be able to recover from setbacks. So yung failure na yan, especially the fear of failure, eventually, no, magle-lessen at magle-lessen yan. Okay? So you will have a greater degree of optimism in your life. And of course, yung life satisfaction mo, quality of your life will also increase the more when you'll be able, no, to understand and handle the rebel within, which is actually sabotaging your success and hinders you from progressing in your life and hinders you from healing. So yan po talaga yung si rebel within. Again, to recap, 8 ways to calm the rebel within. First, identify and name the rebel. So in this case, pag nirinig nyo si Petunia, it is an example. In example ko po si Petunia, okay? Pero wala po talaga akong kilalang Petunia. Okay, anyway. So, you want to make it really personal to you kung sino yung rebel within mo. Second, get to know the rebel and know the character of the rebel. And then third, as you get to know the character no of the rebel no, you want to be able to discover the triggers or the patterns. And pag doon no nakita mo yan, makikita mo din paano nagwawala yung rebel within mo, okay? And then fourth, you want to be able to embrace the rebel, no? Embrace the rebel. Ibig sabihin nun, you want to be acknowledging that nandyan siya, it exists, and you want next. Fifth is to have a conversation with that rebel. And then the sixth one is identify what the rebel steals from you so you can be empowered to talk to the rebel. So you can be empowered, no, really to sabihin mo kay rebel, medyo, hindi pa medyo, no, tigil-tigil ka na, no? I am in control because if I allow you to stay in control, ito yung mangyayari sa buhay ko. Okay? This will continue to happen in my life. Yan, lahat yan. So talagang you can have a conversation with that rebel. Okay? And seventh, accountability partner. You need an accountability partner, especially pag you want to be able to handle the rebel. Kasi oftentimes, no, yung rebel na yan ay mas stronger sa'yo. Okay? Bakit mo masabi yung rebel na yan mas stronger sa'yo? Kasi kung mas stronger ka sa rebelding nandyan sa loob mo, then technically, no, you will be already doing things that you have dreamed of. Na-achieve mo na yung goal na gusto mo talaga sa buhay mo. And you will be living the most, no, quality life or best life na sinasabi mo na gustong-gusto mo, no? And if you're not yet there, technically, that rebel within you is getting stronger each day if you don't handle that rebel within. That's why it's very important for you to have an accountability partner. In my case, I have my mental health coach, which is Master Coach A. And lastly, be able to forgive yourself so you can develop that self-confidence in order for you to have that freedom from doubt. Ayan. So thank you for supporting Break the Stigma Gala Hour with, of course, me, Coach Candee Teng. And whenever you are joining us live or watching this on a replay, please do leave a comment to share your thoughts and insight. And please don't keep us as a secret. Help us serve more people by circulating the link of this video. So as I close, I'd like to invite all of the people experiencing mental health challenges to show up and join us back later inside Zoom private meeting for Break the Stigma Mental Health Virtual Retreat Day 2. So registration is still open for those who missed the first day but are ready to take action. So Sally, I hope I see you inside, no? So once again, this is us in the Philippines. So coaches like us think and talk like this. This is Coach Candee Teng broadcasting beyond borders to advanced life coaching worldwide. Love and boom, love and boom, love and boom. Bye bye.